Thank you very much for the introduction, and I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to talk about one of my works. This is a work that I've done with a colleague, Yam Baek from Tokyo Metropolitan University. Compared to the previous two presentations, my presentation is rather straightforward. I asked the question whether a firm which participated in GVC, global value chain, can improve its productivity. And I have examined this issue by using Japanese firm data. And I have to say that the I think data is only on manufacturing. And so after listening to Professor Baldwin, I may have to do some more work looking at the services data. But let me start my presentation. Okay, so global value chain, here again, maybe I should use global supply chain for this conference, but I take GVC and GSC kind of interchangeably. GVC has been developed in many parts of the world, especially in Southeast Asian region. And the Japanese firms in particular have been very active in establishing GVCs. And if I take the share of overseas affiliate sales to parent firm sales, let's see here, that ratio increased from 8.7% in 1985 to 37.2% in 2019. Maybe there was a peak somewhere in 2008. I don't know, I have to check this. But again, over time, the share of overseas affiliate sales in parent firm sales increased. And this is one, I guess, indicator that we can look at to see how GVC by Japanese firms have established. And what can we expect from GVC participation for the firm? I think we can expect the firms to gain, say, knowledge, technology by engaging in GVC. Here, GVC, I define GVC firm as a firm which simultaneously conducts imports and importing and exporting. So this is a very simple way of defining GVC firm. So GVC firm can gain knowledge and technology from overseas activities, and they can also utilize the high-quality intermediate inputs here. So with this, we can expect GVC firms to improve productivity by participating in GVC. Okay. Some previous literature survey. We have Baldwin here, but unfortunately this is not Richard. John Baldwin from Canada, and I talked to Richard about him, but he didn't think he knows this person, although they may be related somewhere. So Baldwin and Yan, and there are a couple of other studies which looked into this issue. Many of them have found positive impacts of GVC participation on productivity. And this study, or looking at the impacts of GVC on productivity, is very similar to the impact of exporting on productivity, so-called learning by exporting kind of hypothesis. So this is a very much standard. I think we applied very standard methodology to see whether firms gained productivity by participating in GVC. Okay. First, we wanted to know what proportion of Japanese firms in GVC or non-GVC. About 80% of Japanese firms that we looked at were non-GVC firms. They were not engaged in GVCs, whereas about 20% of them were engaged in GVC. Okay, here, GVC participation by industry. And if we look at the figure for 2018, machinery sectors, about 40% of them were engaged in GVC. So many firms in machinery sector do engage in GVC. That's what we have found. And then what about the productivity of GVC firms versus non-GVC firms? Here we measured productivity by total factor productivity, and we have a line showing mean as well as a median. And here, this one is a mean of the TFP for GVC firms, and this dotted line is a mean of the TFP for the non-GVC firms. So apparently, you can see that GVC firms have higher productivity than non-GVC firms. So in order to examine the impacts of firms participating in GVC on productivity, we applied this DID PSM strategy or methodology. And what we have done is, of course, we identify non-GVC firms to begin with, and then we identify firms which became GVC, and that is a treatment group. Whereas we compare this treatment group with non-GVC firms which remain non-GVC over time. So that's what we have done with this propensity score matching and difference in difference methodology. Okay, in order to do this, we first estimate the probit equation to identify the determinants of firms which which engage in GVC. And here we measure productivity by using Levinson-Petrin and so on. And then GVC, as I said earlier, is defined as the GVC firms is defined as a firm which engaging in importing intermediates as well as exporting output. The data come from Japanese sources. And here's some basic data. Because time, I'm not going to go into detail of data. Here, what we are looking at, excuse me, is the results of the probit estimation on the determinants of GVC participation. As you can see, TFP in 2000 has a strong impact on GVC participation on following years. First year, second year, third year, and fourth year, fifth year, and so on. So we have this for base year 2000, base year 2012. For both data set, we observe that TFP is a very important determinant of the GVC participation. And using this result and then apply this as a difference in difference estimation, what we have done is, maybe I should go back. This is the estimation that we have done. GVC with the interacted with dummy. And so we are interested in this beta 1 and to see whether it has a positive estimated value. Here we have three different data sets. One is the original data, which means the which includes all the non-GBC firms. And then we have matched data with caliper matching and then kernel matching. And many of the results are very similar regardless of the matching type. So if we look at the base year 2012, say the coefficients that we are interested in is this GVC multiplied by a post. And as we can see, these are all positive and significant, okay? So what we can see is the GVC participation has a positive impacts on productivity. And as you can see, the coefficients to more or less go up, to increase over time. So we can say that the impacts of GVC participation on productivity increases over time. So it may take some time maybe for a firm to learn or benefit from being engaged in GVC. That's what we observe here. So we have done quite a few estimations, and this is the number of estimations that we have done that adds up to 210, I think. And then out of these, we have, again, here, 3 data set, original data, caliper matching, and kernel matching. And if we look at the, say, the last data set, out of 210, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry, 110. This adds up to 110. So we have estimated this regression. We have done estimation for 110 times, and then about all of them has a positive coefficients, and about 40% of these coefficients are statistically significant. So we could say that the participation in GBC leads to an improvement of a firm's productivity. And as a like robustness check, we have done this analysis for firms which remain being GVC throughout the period, throughout 5 years. Previously, we have looked at the firms which became or which were GVC at least once a year, and then we didn't really care about whether they remained GVC for 5 consecutive years. But we have done this for this data set, and we obtained a similar results. And here again, the magnitude of coefficient increased over time. Okay, so again, let me wrap up and then summarize what we have found. First, we found that high productivity firms tend to become involved in GVC. Once they become involved in GVC, they can expect the productivity to go up. And we call this learning by participating in GVC. This effect gets magnified over time, and a few policy implications. First, in order for firms to engage in GVC, it is important for them to have a high productivity, and policy can really provide assistance to the firms so that, like technical assistance, so that they can improve their productivity. Once they improve productivity, and then participate in GVC. And we find that there are or quite a few firms which are productive but didn't participate in GVC. So if they were able to participate in GVC, they could have expected a higher productivity gain. So policies can provide some assistance for these firms which have not yet participated in GBC, but participate in GBC by providing like information on overseas market and so on. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.